All right, once you go ahead and have your file zipped, you're going to need to upload it to your server. Now, what you'll need to do is you'll need to come back in your Plesk and go ahead and select Add New Domain. You're going to want to enter in your domain name that you purchased for this project. So just for example purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and put test.com. You're going to want to go ahead and select open in a separate web space. And then you're going to come down here and you're going to go ahead and put in a username. Now I would recommend that your username be something, I would just personally just use your domain name just so you could tell the difference between all of your projects that you're going to be uploading to the server. So let's just go ahead and put test. And then your password can be the same. I would recommend you keep it the same so you don't get confused. It could be the same as, every time you come in here and create a new website or domain, you can just go ahead and use the same password. And you're just going to select OK. All right, now obviously this is popping up because test.com is obviously a fabricated, made up website, so we'll just ignore that. And then you're going to go ahead and look for that web or that domain. So here it is. We're going to go ahead and click HTTP docs. That up. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to want to select all of these. Uncheck this, the CGI bin, and uncheck test. But these files you'll need to delete, except for the CGI bin and test. We want to keep those. So we'll go ahead and click remove. Yes. And then those files will be removed. If we go back out here, now you're going to want to go ahead and open up FileZilla. So once you have FileZilla opened up, you're going to want to go ahead and enter in the information into these three spaces. So we'll go ahead and come down here. The host name is going to be the IP address. So we'll highlight that, copy it, paste it in. And then the username is the username that we had created, so test. And then the password is the password that you had selected. And then you're going to go ahead and hit Quick Connect. Now this is going ahead and connecting to your server. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find where you put that zipped file. So our zip file is right here. You're going to want to make sure that this is actually in a file too, because I'm not sure if I mentioned that on the last video, to let you know that you have to drag and drop it, but just in case I didn't. But you're going to want to make sure it is in a file so that way you can click into the file here on FileZilla, just like I did. So let me just go back here. So, here's my Cellulite Hacks zip folder. Click it, and there's the zip. So all I'm going to have to do then is I'm just going to have to grab this and drag it and put it into HTTP docs. And then it'll go ahead and connect, and it should only take about 16 to maybe at the most, depending on your internet speed, about 30 minutes with the zip file. But once it's completed, you'll see the successful transfers as 1. And so I would just go ahead and minimize this on your computer, let it do its thing, and it will go ahead and disconnect from the server at that point. So then what's going to happen is once that's done, you'll want to come into HTTP docs here, and you'll actually see your zipped file pop up right here. Now I don't know if I have, since Dean had unzipped all of ours, how zip it. Just 1 second. He already unzipped his. So what's going to happen though is that you'll see your zipped file pop up. You're just going to want to go ahead and select it inside your server. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. A window will pop up asking you to go ahead and unzip it. Go ahead, and what it's going to do is it's going to create another folder where then at that point you can go ahead and double click it. And you'll see everything like this, you know, the CC image, all these folders, the sitemaps. And all you'll want to do inside that folder is select all, select move, and then you're going to want to move all of that outside of that folder into your HTTP docs. Even though you already think it's in there, we have to move it out of that folder. And then you can go ahead and delete that folder once it's empty. You can delete the zipped file, and there will be another weird one that'll pop up, but you'll see after you unzip it immediately what that looks like. But there'll be like another zipped something kind of file. You just go ahead and delete that. If you're not seeing the unzip, then just go ahead and refresh it by clicking the HTTP docs, and you'll see the folders once you unzip it. So that is it, and then your website should be live, and all you would have to do is go ahead and go to your website. Show you how to double check how this works. One we did. You're going to want to scroll all the way down. Then here's, you know, the content. This is where your home page is going to be. So that home page article, this is where that's going to pop up. But now what we're trying to rank for, if we click the #1 source, now you see USA. We're going to go ahead and click USA. Scroll down again. And then you'll see all the states. So we'll just go ahead and pick a state. Go down, and then here's all the cities. So these are the ones that we're trying to rank for. Every one of these we're trying to rank for on Google. So we'll go ahead and just click one of these just to make sure that the city pages actually pop up. Okay, so this one's working fine. So you see it up here, USA, Louisiana, Franklin. So that's actually the URL when people come to this individual Louisiana page. And as you can see, when we scroll all the way down, our content is right here that we put in, you know, with the mad tags and everything. So as you can see, you know, here is our key one, legit paid surveys, and then city short mad tag. You can just see how that works. And then they go ahead and automatically pull in, you know, a YouTube video to help rank it. It's a local YouTube video pertaining to surveys. And then here's all of your social things. If you click this, then it'll go ahead and go to the appropriate place. Go down here, you can see that, you know, there's already a map already pulling, and then there's the weather. This all is everything Medusa did for you just to help with the ranking process. So now all we do is we go ahead and we wait about 14 to 15 days for this site and see what happens, and we'll test, you know, the clicks and everything and keep an eye on those. And if it doesn't seem like we're getting a whole lot of traffic, then we will go ahead and run it through Atlas, which is simple. You just put your domain, your root domain. So root domain meaning just this part, surveyauthority.com. We'll run that through Atlas and wait another 14 to 15 days and see where we're at. Now there's a lot of tools that the Mad Labs has, but we can't use them all at once simply because, you know, we don't want to hurt ourselves. We just want to make sure that Google is indexing our pages. And I could talk a little bit more about that later, but once you get your site uploaded to the server, it's immediately up there. and you actually have a live website now. So that is it.